Hi guys, I'm gonna be playing Fortnite normal solos. But if you're wondering why I'm not using the TV, one reason is because my controller's dead, so I'm charging it. And then the second reason I want to watch March Madness.
Crypto. Nope. NFTs. Sets. Don't know what they are, but don't often start. Billionaire space truck. Oh, metaverse. Don't know what that is. K-pop. Does not be started.
So I'm gonna be playing on the little screen.
One shining moment. One shining moment.
Okay, I hate these commercials.
Doesn't beat start. No one else beats start.
I'm gonna be right back.
Best ever? Good question. Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
If you guys heard that big bang, I was just closing my basement door. But if you want to see the bracket of March Madness, it's right here.
Try this. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Look, I can't work the month of March.
The entire month of March?
It'll be a week-to-week thing.
You know what? We'll get back to you.
You're gonna get back to me?
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
You mean I don't have this job?
The mountains or the seashore. Into the city or far from it. You and all your friends, or just you and the open sky. The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make, including this one. The Wagoneer.
Okay.
Or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice.
I wish there's no commercials.
I have no context for what's happening right now. The Jokers welcome special guest Eric Andre on an all-new and practical Jokers, April 2nd after NCAA coverage. Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer. Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. Back in Portland to look at our game summary so far. Both teams struggling shooting the basketball. Georgia State has won for its last 8. While Gonzaga has missed 10 in a row. It's a little weird here in Portland right now. Gonzaga has 8 fouls, 10 missed free throws. Caleb Scott has 4 fouls in the first half. Well,
There's an earthquake!
Strange tied game.
There's an earthquake happening. Look! All the grounds are breaking. And the roof is all going to collapse. It's going to collapse.
One thing about Mark Few, he's got tremendous patience. He never loses. He does lose his cool like everybody else does, but he knows his team. He has confidence they're going to get it together, and that's his approach.
Timmy? No, Watson on the glass. It won't go. It's tipped out of bounds. Georgia State. And Gonzaga fans saying, what's going on here? Number 1 overall seed. 26-3 record. 3 losses this season. Duke, Alabama, and at St. Mary's.
And you know what happened in all those games? Well, Duke and Alabama, they got hurt bad in transition. And this team has run a little bit and hurt them.
Georgia State gives it right back. 5th turnover by the Panthers. There's a good back cut. Just couldn't deliver. Gonzaga began the game 8 for 14.
Since then, they are 0 for 11. Nemhard missed it. Looks it back. No, he was out.
Rob Lanier told us yesterday, this team is going to compete. One thing about the NCAA tournament, everybody's good. Even you're good at your level. Certainly they don't have the talent that Gonzaga has, but this was a good championship team at their level, and they have a lot of pride in what they do. And I can tell you now, Corey Allen has to have a big game.
And he's 2 for 9 so far. You need him to heat up. Maybe it's right here.
Because he is the one guy in his zone against this team.
10 points for Corey Allen, a 4-point Georgia State advantage. Timmy, nice moves down low.
Yeah, pivot, step through. Great footwork.
Finally, a field goal by Gonzaga.
That I killed
First 2
somebody.
minutes to go in the first half. Moore, baseline. And he turns it over. Meanwhile, over on True TV, Richmond and Iowa coming right down to the wire. Nemhard, nice look, and the finish from Salas. Tied at 29. Holmgren at the scorer's table, set to check in. Allen comes to get it. And a foul is called on the perimeter against Bolton. Coming up on AT&T at the half, scores and highlights, latest NCAA tournament news. It's all coming up on AT&T at the
Yeah,
half.
the main event is in 2 days, so for Fortnite. So I'm going to be doing a video for the main event. Depends what time it is.
1-1 coming for Rob Lanier's Panthers.
It depends what time it is.
First one's good. Roberts, who's listed at 5'10", has 5 rebounds. And on the glass today, Georgia State is out rebounding Gonzaga by 7.
It's amazing. It really is. It's amazing. Because this team is also, besides everything else, one of the smallest teams in the country. 325 in height before you get bumped. So that tells you something about this team.
And their leading rebounder, Sime, who averages almost 10 rebounds per game, went down with an injury here in the first half and has not returned.
And they're up to it.
Timmy, what a play! Timmy to Holmgren. Roberts the other way, scores.
And as I said, in their loss to Alabama and Duke, they did not play well in transition.
Allen commits the foul. It'll be 2 shots for the Zags.
But you take a look here. Watch Homer. Stop right there. He's going to roll. They're going to get 2 guys on 1. Timmy's just going to throw it up in the air. And Hudson does a decent job of getting back to him. He just made a heck of a play.
First foul against Corey Allen. It'll be 2 shots for Bolton.
That's one of those plays. The talent was too
I
much.
found a
Hudson was
combo.
there, but he couldn't do anything to elevate.
Can I use the combo? The storm. You're going in the storm,
Bolton
mister.
last year with Iowa State went 2-22. And this year on the team that is #1 in the country. They've had their hands full in the first half with the 16th seed out of the West. The Georgia State Panthers, 1 minute to go, are tied at 33. Moore, nowhere to go with Timmy and Holmgren down there.
Yeah, they just got to stay on their feet and not go for these shot fakes.
Hudson drives at Holmgren, missed it, and Timmy the rebound. Gonzaga has scored on 5 consecutive trips. Bolton trying to make it 5 in a row, and he does. Goaltending is called. And Mark Feud calls timeout. Sheer bolted here, taking it to the basket quickly. Goaltending. Zags finally up two.
Hey, Charlie, can we get a couple of the games on?
Not that kind of TV. These are digital menus to let people know that breakfast is half off when you order through the app.
So, no games.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
Wow, let's take a closer, what the?
Her release speed deviated only 0.1 second from her average, and although her shot arc is 2 inches higher, she still made the shot.
Guys, who's in my graphics?
I'm an investor in Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives me access to NASDAQ 100 innovations like optical tracking technology. Oh, can we get a digital mop here?
Become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Microwave, did you know that Auto Trader has Kelly Blue Book so I know the prices are good?
Smart. Was I a good price?
Oh, Microwave, you're worth every penny. You're my best friend. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
I can't let diabetes get in my way. I've got way too much stuff to do. So here's what I do. I wear this Dexcom G6. It continuously sends my glucose numbers to my phone. And this arrow shows me where I'm headed and how fast. Without finger sticks or scanning, it make me much easier to keep my glucose in range. Which for me is between 100 and 160. And the more time I spend in range, the better I feel. And the more I can check off my list. Check out Dexcom.com/inrange. So I'm back.
New Degree Advanced. First ever 72-hour nonstop protection with motion sense. Tested to the limit.
Still feeling dry and fresh.
Superior 72-hour nonstop protection, however much you move.
Have it all is such an old idea. You have to do what works for you and your life. The life I live is purpose-driven, so every single day matters. Being an entrepreneur means being in charge of my own destiny.
Why don't you do cool things?
The people need to read it.
I can't read it.
It's because you're like 4.
4.5.
Switch to progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Adam, let's go back to New York with the Geico game break, and we got a good one on True TV. It's coming down to the end, and the knockout by KO. Possibly Nathan KO the and one. Richmond now up 4 out there in Buffalo. Back to Andrew Kellogg, Steve Lapkus at ABC.
Here we go, Adam. Little madness in Buffalo. And I'm not talking about Von Miller signing with the Bills. What an upset that would be. Meanwhile, 30 seconds to go in the first half. And Georgia State with the ball down by 2.
Yeah, you know we want to run this down. There's a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They're going to take this all the way down, and at worst, go in with a 2-point deficit, which would be pretty good.
Allen with 5 seconds. Allen by Watson. It's rejected, and that's in the first half. Now there's an inadvertent horn. There was a shot clock violation first. There might be, there has to be, yeah, there has to be time left. There has to be
Okay,
like
kill the
time
person.
left. Because there was about 1.5, 1.6 differential. There wasn't a shot clock violation, though, because the ball was off, I thought. But they're saying that's the end of the first half, so Andy's with Mark Few.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Mark, incredibly tight first half. What do you need to tweak at halftime?
We just need to start finishing our shots around the basket. Slow down, toughen up, and if we don't have a good one, throw out and go to the next action. We basically punted in there 6 or 7 times. We got to step up and make some free throws. But like I told you all week, this is a good team. That's no 16 seed, but it is what it is. We got to toughen up, finish shots around the rim, and keep securing the ball a little bit better.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep.
6 lead changes, 13 ties. Nobody led by more than 5.
That's the end of the first half, with Gonzaga leading 35-33. Coming up after the break, AT&T at the half. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the rec center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped it. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
I've always been running to meetings, errands. Now I'm running for me. I've always dreamed of seeing the world, but I'm not chasing my dream anymore. I made a financial plan to live it every day.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
Big night tonight.
The curtain is up, and the spotlight is on you. We're going to close the debit.
This is only the beginning.
I want to build something special.
Okay. The TV went black screen. There you go. It's back on.
Be on the biggest stage. Awesome to be a part of the celebration. To actually build us a moment. The people I see him standing. Huge honor to be a part of NBA 75. And have a small part of history.
I saw it, the place we're looking for. Citizens of Snowpiercer. We're back.
Don't miss the explosive new season of Snowpiercer.
Our future is there.
Set your DVR now. Enjoy them while you can, my friends. We're at war.
I am asking you to choose between the train we know and the dream we don't.
Snowpiercer, only Mondays at 9 on TNT. And watch anytime on the TNT app.
This is AT&T at the half. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. All right, Drew Timmy has 10 points in the first half. The Zags with the slim lead over Georgia State by 2. Welcome to AT&T at the half. We'll go clear alongside with Coach Frank Martin, Seth Davis, Candace Parker, Rex Chavin. Mark Few said coming into this game, hey, we got to respect Georgia State. They've been playing some great basketball as of late. They're not your traditional 16 seed. And from what we're seeing in this game, that's exactly what they have played outstanding.
I think they're respecting them too much. I think they're playing scared. I don't think they're playing aggressive. They're not hitting free throws. They're not hitting threes.
Oh my gosh.
Chet Holmgren's only taken 5 shots, 5 points. Hasn't
Yes,
made a
my
three.
team is winning.
get going, Zags.
Georgia State has two small guards, Justin Roberts and Evan Johnson. One of them hasn't taken a shot, the other one's 1 for 6, and they're completely controlling the game on the offensive end of the court.
Oh, there's
Controlling the
recaps.
pace, they're controlling the flow. It's been fun to watch.
Well, let's be honest. Georgia State is not going to outskill Gonzaga. If they're going to figure out a way to win, they're going to have to out-junkyard dog them, and that's kind of what they're doing. They're spreading them out. Those two little guys are driving the ball, and then they're just getting on that glass. And here's the huge stat for Georgia State. They only got 6 turnovers. You can't turn it over against Gonzaga because it's a jailbreak going the other way. So offensive rebounds and no turnovers.
Taking care of the ball. And then on the flip side for the Zags, they're just missing some bunnies, too.
Yeah, they're missing the bunnies at the rim, and I think their offense is predicated, obviously, on spreading you out with the 3, but also finishing. Coach said it, you only have 6 turnovers, so you're playing against a half-court defense right here. Chet missing the easy bunny again right here. Georgia State's just doing a great job of just being tenacious, going after the ball, blocking shots, just being active, and then again, right here, putting a body on plays. That's the biggest thing, is in the post. It's easy to finish when you're finishing over or around, but when you have to finish through somebody, that's when you have to really concentrate. Obviously, 12 of 30 from field goals, 2 of 11 from 3, but they are 10 of 19 from, 2-point field goals. So if they're able to convert some of those bunnies, then they'll run away with this.
And that, by the way, that is the one probably most consistent knock you hear about Gonzaga is their lack of physicality, particularly those two guys in the front court. That's how St. Mary's beat them. And that's what Georgia State said a lot of them in this half.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely not backing away physically. There's no doubt about that. The Panthers also second chance points. You're talking about not outskilling them. Well, then you got to get second chance points, and right now it's 11-1.
That's at the end of the day, there's a way to win every game. When you have a team, there's certain thing you have to do to beat whoever the next team in front of you is. And right now, Georgia State, what they have to do is they can't worry about looking pretty. They have to out-punch and out-hit Gonzaga. And that's what they're trying to do right now. They're beating them to loose balls. That's a stat that nobody really comes up with when the ball's in the balance. Georgia State's coming up with every one, which is getting them for extra possessions, whether it's off the offensive glass or when the ball's bouncing on the ground.
Georgia State's best big man went out with a knee injury. Their second best big man has 3 fouls, and their third best big man has 4 fouls. Something to keep in mind.
And this is kind of wild here, too. Georgia State is down 2, yet they're shooting 29% in this game. I mean, that's incredible. You go in to the half, and you know that you have not played your best half, shooting-wise anyway.
It's all about style. Gonzaga is the highest scoring team in the country, and this game is 35-33 right now. So they've kind of got it playing in the mud, which is exactly what you want to do for Georgia State. I think at a certain point in the second half, Gonzaga is going to see the ball go through and just be able to relax a little bit and play their game and be able to win this thing going away. But until that tide starts to turn, you saw Mark, I'm sitting next to you right there, talking to you in that halftime interview.
That did not look like fun. It's just a game. You're supposed to have fun, right?
I will say this about Gonzaga. They're taking the right shots, and that's what you want to make sure. They're attacking the paint. They got fouls on the
Ah, I died. He was at 60
and you're playing
HP.
Games, free throw shooting usually is a difference. A team that makes them wins. A team that loses is in jeopardy of losing.
All right, well, Georgia State, listen, they got 20 minutes to go still. A lot of time. However,
okay, I'm gonna play another one.
We do have one upset in the books, though, already. Ooh, those highlights next.
Off we go in sudden death overtime. Next goal wins a national championship. Karam's off of McGill and out. Pressure coming. Jaguar steals. Walks in, shoots, scores! A goal for the Golden Knights! National champions again!
And Elizabeth Jaguar has had a sensational season.
Okay.
Homegrown tomatoes. Nice. I want to feel in control of my health, so I do what I can. What about screening for colon cancer? When caught in early stages, it's more treatable. I'm Cologuard. I'm non-invasive, and I detect altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages. Early stages? Yep. It's for people 45 plus at average risk for colon cancer, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you. Consider it done. At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us, big or small. We see your drive,
your ambition, and the work you put in. That's why we built a different kind of rewards and partnership program to help make your business more successful because you earned it. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards and Partnership Program and take your business to the next level.
Get hyped! Capital One's NCAA March Madness Men's Bracket Challenge game is back. Now you can fill in your bracket before your team fills up buckets. Take on your friends, then take in the madness. Play now at ncaa.com or the March Madness Live app. March Madness!
Time to rampage, baby!
I was cut from a different cloth. I'm the last of a dying breed. This calendar rage only continues to grow, and it's only the beginning. AEW Rampage tomorrow after NCAA coverage on TNT.
All right, let's get to Richmond and Iowa. This one just wrapping up. And then, we knew coming into this contest, Richmond would be quite dangerous against this Iowa squad.
Yeah, they stylistically were a very comfortable matchup, as you see. Tyler Burton going to get the and one and the layup, and Iowa knew right away that it was in for a tough game. Iowa not known for its defense, but today its offense really failed them. 6 for 29 from behind the three-point line. Off we go.
Yeah, Jacob Gilliard, they're getting it. Keegan Murray finding Patrick McCaffrey for the three. And then McCaffrey again. At this point, Iowa's up 5.
Yeah, Iowa looked like they took a minute to get into it. I just kept waiting for them to extend the lead or to get back in the game. And, I mean, when you don't win in the paint, you're down 38-30 in the paint, and you don't shoot well beyond the arc, it's tough to win in the NCAA tournament.
And then from there, the momentum just swinging in Richmond's way. But Iowa coach did make it close down the stretch.
Yes, they did. And I think a huge part of the game is you got to convert offensively. And Iowa had 14 offensive rebounds. They only converted that into 9 points. When you get those second chance opportunities, you got to get points from them. They didn't do that today. They didn't make the three, so they took the loss.
Points in the paint. Richmond, 38 points in the paint. They really dominated inside in this contest. Late here, adding on a little extra sugar. They knew, the Richmond Spiders, that they would be going on potentially, but nice play. Yeah.
Without timeout. You know, the key to picking brackets, multiple brackets. I had Iowa going to the Final Four in one of them, so we're not talking about that. Candace, what about you?
Yeah, Candace, tell us about your bracket.
Tell us about your bracket. And then my Iowa blood from my parents made me cross it out and write Iowa, and I am so mad at
And now you just can't wait to call and talk to your dad.
Yes, I can't wait. Dad and Mom.
The next matchup is set. You got Richmond taking on Providence in Buffalo. Candace actually pulled out her phone and was like, look at this, look at this, look at this. But again, in the last 12 of the last 14 tournaments, a 12 seed has knocked off a 5 seed. So maybe we should have seen this coming.
Well, you know, I actually thought that Richmond was a good stylistic matchup for Iowa. You know, the knock on Iowa is it's not a good defensive team. It's why, frankly, they've had so many early round exits in the NCAA tournament. But Richmond is not known for its defense either. They're both kind of offensive-minded teams, but you just can't replace going 6 for 29 from three-point range. If you are a great three-point shooting team and a great offensive team, and you don't make shots and you don't make threes, then you are susceptible. And, you know, Richmond only is in this game because they won the last game before the tournament in the Atlantic 10 championship game, barely beating a really good Davidson team. So that's margin. Iowa's hurting right now.
It's everything is matchups. There's a reason Ali can dominate George Foreman, and George Foreman could put Ken Norton to sleep, and Ken Norton, Ali wanted nothing to do with Ken Norton. Everything is matchups. It's the same way in basketball. If you get the wrong matchup, you're in for a long day. If you don't play great, that's what happened in this game.
Iowa, Ken Norton in that. I was trying to follow with that.
Wow.
Richmond was Ken Norton.
Iowa's Larry Holmes.
Our Ali is
Everybody's got to play until they get to
Lily.
Come on, Lily.
Lily.
Are you nervous about the dreaded 512 curse? You're making that up. No. This is a reliable fact. For the last 50 years, you can pretty much count on a number 12 upsetting a number 5 seed in every tournament.
Cool. How do you stop it?
You 4 seed?
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
You can't be great at everything. Nobody can. What you can do is get help from someone experienced. Someone like an H&R Block tax pro will get your taxes done right. Online and in person. Help is here.
When I'm out for March Madness, you'll cover phone trades. People can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success. Even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life changing. Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition, even in the madness of March.
Assuming all NBA players want rings. It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, description, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Close game here in Portland. Top seeded Gonzaga only up by 2. We're back with the second half right after this.
I'm stuck in this, like, infinite time loop thing. I'm reliving the same day over and over again. I get to do whatever I want. Plus, nacho fries never leave the menu.
She's fighting nacho fries limited time.
Does that happen every day? Let's dip.
Try her now!
Found those fries you've been craving, and I'm hot, and I'm steamy.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow. So get Allstate.
I think she just really wants a Reese's. Should I split it with her?
Now we gotta make a move.
I'm the one who's still standing. Barely. Snowpiercer, only Mondays at 9 on TNT.
We could all use a little more financial flexibility. With the Signature Plus line of credit from PSECU, you can add more bling to your ring. Or replace that washed-up dishwasher. You could vacate the premises. Or cook up something completely new.
Excuse me?
Competitive interest rates and added flexibility is how our members achieve more. Apply today at psecu.com/signature.
Hey, there's a gas station. Take this exit.
Nah, they don't have Ultra 94.
Again? You're crazy. Pull over there. There. Oh!
It's 94 or nothing.
Jim, there are bears. I am not walking.
Ah, there it is. Told you we make it.
When you demand more, it's 94 or nothing. New Ultra 94, the 94-octane fuel your car craves. Only at Sunoco.
Okay.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Nissan, official partner of March Madness. Samsung Galaxy S22 series. And by Taco Bell's Nacho Fries. Start of the second half here in Portland. Here's a look at our Capital One first half stats. Gonzaga 9 of 19 from the free throw line. They did score on their final 5 possessions of the first half. Back courtside with Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Andy Katz coming up. If you're a Gonzaga fan, what's your level of concern right now?
Well, you have concern. I mean, you think about it. If you asked Rob Lanier before the game or told him you're going to shoot 29% in the first half, Gonzaga's going to shoot 19 free throws in the first half. What's the score going to be? You say, well, I'm down 15 for sure. Well, they're down 2. So give them a ton of credit that they haven't even played well on the offensive end, and they're down 2 points. But you know what? They have done a great job in terms of hustling and getting out the glass. But these two guys, it's tough to keep out of there. 15 points between them. They play so well together. Holmgren to Timmy, Timmy to Holmgren. They get a lot done. Obviously, he's one of the best shot blockers in the country on top of it. But that's going to be the test for them in the second half, is especially with this foul trouble with Jalen Thomas. We don't know if Sosemi's going to come back. How are they going to deal with Holmgren and Timmy?
Timmy 3 of 7 from the floor, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. As we check in with Andy Katz.
Well, the bad news for Georgia State is Sosemi will not be back. Doctors are still evaluating. He will be back on the bench at some point with his knee injury. They are fearing the worst, but you cannot until they get the full evaluation. But he is definitely out. As for how that affects this team, he's their heart and soul. But they have played well without him. They played at the beginning of the season without him. As Rob Leonard told me, Hudson and Thomas putting that 4-5. He felt good about Caleb Scott, certainly in that first half. And I told him, how do you pull this off? I asked him, how do you pull this off? Keep fighting. We're not bringing up David versus Goliath. We're going 5-on-5, possession by possession.
As you saw, Roberts match the dunk from Holmgren. The tip by Timmy. No, gets it again, and this time puts it in.
Well, that's what they've done this whole game in terms of playing it possession by possession. And they have not backed down that one inch. Especially when you see a team like this out-rebound somebody that's much bigger than them. But that time, Drew Timmy got a couple of extra shots.
Roberts off the glass again. Nembhard quickly the other way. Finds Timmy. 2 more.
Yeah, this paint's starting to get tough with Drew Timmy in there.
It's such a massive loss for Georgia State with Sosemi, their best big man. He nearly averages a double-double per game as Jalen Thomas misfires. Just a big hole in the middle now for the Panthers. Timmy, a pass, but Bolton comes away with it.
Oh, I died, but keep playing.
Williams all the way.
And I know we've said this, but Duke and Alabama, 2 of their 3 losses, they did a lousy job, Gonzaga, in guarding in transition.
That was way too easy there. You just have to think that in the locker room, Mark Lou said, pound it inside. They don't have their big man. They're in foul trouble. We got 2 of the best big men in the country. Let's just keep going inside.
It certainly makes a ton of sense. I would throw it inside every single time. They shot a lot of threes in the first half. I don't know that I would do that.
Another 3, but while Timmy was going for the rebound, he was fouled. And that's going to go on Jaheim Hudson. Second foul on the freshman from Hinesville, Georgia. 11 rebounds for Drew Timmy. He averages 6 per game. Back to work in the paint. Counted and one.
And Rob Lanier didn't like that call there.
I'm going to Tilted.
But this kid could really dance in that lane. He has scored the last 8 points for the Bulldogs. Second team All-American. West Coast Conference Player of the Year.
I don't know if that was a foul. It's a good move.
Misses the free throw, but the offensive rebound to Nemhard. A three on the way, and it won't go for Strother. A foul is called. And that's going to go on Justin Roberts, his second.
That's after the shot. Yes, and that's the call. That's a good call after the shot.
So 2 quick fouls on the Panthers. Timmy out of bounds and a turnover. That is number 6 by the Zags. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Like the GOAT. Is this fact check debate the GOATness? Largest lead today for Gonzaga. They're up by 6, 3 minutes into the second half. Scott playing with 4 fouls. Trying to get it to Scott. Around Timmy, yes.
I know this kid has not played hardly at all since Christmas time, but he has not looked bad. This couple layups in the first half, that was a good move.
Steal by Roberts. Numbers the other way. Roberts transition 3. No good. And Holmgren with the rebound. And a tie-up is called. Holmgren thought he got fouled. Possession arrow favors the Panthers.
I think that was a foul.
Wow.
Got a lot of arm there. And he even stayed long enough for you to see it a few times.
Allen. It's good. A 1-point game. Timmy calling for it. Working on Scott. Around him. It will go. And the rebound to Thomas.
Well, he doesn't usually miss those.
Cade Thomas will set up the Georgia State offense. Panthers have won 10 games in a row. And Williams gives them the lead.
And that was high over Jet Holmgren's long arm.
7-0 run. Bolton trying to end it, and he does. End-to-end action here in Portland.
Yeah, Rasir Bolton, 47% from 3 on the year. A guy you gotta find in transition, there's no doubt.
Let's go State here in Portland. Roberts dribbles it back out with 10 on the shot clock. Allen, shot off the front of the rim. Rebound Thomas, put back, yes.
What they've done on the glass against Gonzaga is unbelievable.
16-5 in second chance points in favor of the Panthers. Nemhard would have moved, but he could not finish. Roberts trying to slice through the lane. Tough pass. That is rejected. Chet going up to get it. In transition, Gonzaga the other way. Strother the follow.
That was a great pass, a heck of a block by Holmgren, and a nice fast transition basket.
6 blocks from Gonzaga. That's what they average per game this year.
Good time to slow it down for Georgia State.
Roberts shakes free. Oh, he is heating up. Big time. 11 points for Justin Roberts.
I think Allen and Roberts.
15th tie of the game, and Timmy unties it. 20 points for Timmy. That's his 5th 20-point game in NCAA tournament play, breaking a tie with Adam Morrison for the most in school history. Williams is fouled on the shot. It's going to go on Timmy. It'll be free throws for Williams when we come back.
Well, Chet Holmgren, he can protect the basket. A great pass, and he comes from the weak side and gets it, and then Drew Timmy in the post, dancing around like he does. Exactly, up to it.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice. Which cover? The doc would know. You got the word to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
How many times have you died? I am not really a bad guy. Honestly, did I use half shellfish? I can't always land on his feet. Watch, then watch. The legend will never die.
That is ep12. You need to protect your last life.
When you only have one life, that's what makes it special.
That's the key card. Quick, run away from your problem.
1, 2, 3. No more busted brackets. I booked the final fortune teller and got 1.5% cash back with my Capital One Quicksilver.
Okay, I'm gonna go. So, bye.